Hi guys, welcome to your March readings. I have a really special workshop this month that I would love to see you all at. We're going to be diving super deep into our own love souls and healing all of that generational trauma, healing the inner child wound, really learning our own unique energy signature so that we can love ourselves fully and step into our power. Come join me on March 21st at 3 p.m. Eastern. We also have an amazing t-shirt that you can remind yourself all the time how beautiful, fantastic you are. The Love Soul t-shirt. This is all available. You can register on my website, fearlessintuition.net. Click book a session and you can get the t-shirt also on the same website, fearlessintuition.net, in the merchandise section. I love you guys. Enjoy your reading. Bye. Bye, Scorpio. Wow, so my voice didn't want to work right there with that first word. I hope you guys are doing well. This is, yes, it's March 6th. I know, it's a weekend. My grandmother passed away at the end of February. So the week that I would have been doing readings, I was memorializing her. So I appreciate everybody's patience. And here we are. It's Pisces season. Things are still a little bit weird. Things are still a little bit off. There's a lot of sweet energy, but there's also a lot of delusion energy. And I think the biggest thing for you guys, you're so psychic. Like, you're already so incredibly psychic. The thing is do you actually listen to it? Because excuse me, the things that are coming up for you, the themes that are coming up for you are about expanding yourself, expanding your mind, expanding your knowledge, universal knowledge, and really digging deep into your craft, really digging deep into learning more about what sets your soul on fire. And within all of that, you can kind of get confused. You can allow yourself to stay really stuck in the matrix and be like, I don't have time to do anything else except for get up every day and go to work and do the thing that I'm supposed to do and then come home and whatever. So I want you to play. I want you to allow yourself to get out there and enjoy life. I mean, it's been a tough year. This hasn't been fun, right? But while you're out there and enjoying life, and while you're expanding yourself and you're meeting new people, and because that's going to happen again, I promise you, as we move further down this year, people are getting the vaccine. It might not be normal the way that it was before, which it's not really supposed to be. We don't want it to go back to that crap that was like, you know what I mean? But some sense of quote unquote normalcy, whatever that means for you, will begin to show up. But as that's happening, you have to remember the things that you learned during the time that you had to yourself, or during the time that you had, welcome to your reading, first of all of that growth, all of that evolution, all of that really spending time in your own energy, having to figure out what it is that you actually wanted out of life, and then going out and creating it. There is the opposite side of you, the Empress, the Taurus, right? So you're representing yourself here as the yin yang, right? That's excellent. That's awesome. Because that means that you are creating a wholeness within yourself so that you can create more. Do you see? But accepting that and recognizing how much work you did when you were forced into this, whatever situations you were forced into in the last several years to allow you to grow and evolve and whatever. Looking at all of that and not forgetting all of that work that you did for yourself, not forgetting all of the care, what it took, how you had to fight for it, right? there are things that are coming up for you, and it's really like literally unknown. You're not supposed to know the things that are coming up for you, even though that psychic ability that you have is sort of already giving you like you're feeling it already. You can already feel things starting to change and shift, and you can start to see how you're reacting differently to situations. You can see it and you can feel it, but you're not supposed to know all of the details. You're not supposed to know all of the way. You're supposed to surrender to it completely, right? So here's the unknown, the moon. And when we have this Pisces new moon, that's going to happen on the 13th, it's going to be a really good time to manifest things in a way that is not of this world. So very magical, very not looking at the matrix sort of things. Like, we're really looking at this new moon in Pisces as something where you can go, I just want I want whatever it is, the abundance that is for my best and highest good, and then surrender. 9 of Wands. The surrender is going to be the biggest part for you. So when you're finding yourself in situations where clearly there are Saturnian lessons, there's the devil, and then the 3 of Cups, possibly getting together with people, possibly, you know, whatever it is, the situations that you're getting yourself into, coming back together. But there are lessons here. There are things that you need to be very, very discerning about, and allowing that very acute intuition guide you is going to be your saving grace every single time. And you, now, not all of you, Scorpios generally already know what's going on, but don't trust that they already know what's going on, because to them, they're like, but that's so intense, but that's so dramatic, but that's so this, so that's so, I mean, like, you guys can see everything. You're so investigative. Oh, man, Scorpio risings especially. They will see every little tiny thing in the entire world. And possibly not comment on every single thing that they see, but they still see it. And you make a mental note of it. Because you have that really acute quality of you, you second guess yourself, because you're like, that just seems too good to be true, or that just seems a little embellished, or whatever. Why would anybody go that far to do that kind of thing anyways? I'm like over exaggerating myself. I'm overthinking. And Scorpios do overthink, but man, 90% of the time, the overthinking, you're still right. At least when Virgos are overthinking, they're not necessarily right about all of it all the time. I said it. You heard me. I want somebody to record that portion of the video and save it and put it in a lockbox and be like, see, Betsy said it. Virgos aren't always right. We think we are. Anyway, but that overthinking, you know, that's the difference between Scorpio and everybody else, is your overthinking sometimes is your intuition. You're just overthinking the intuition, the intuitive part. Let's see what this Death card, what is it that your energy oh, see what I mean? Did you want to manifest everything? Remember to not be too indulgent with the drinks during Pisces season. Pisces season, it's so funny. I've been extra dehydrated. So a lot of water is going on. We're going to have Venus in Pisces here in a little bit, which is going to make things Venus in Pisces is already in Pisces. Mercury is going to be moving into Pisces in a few days. So there's a lot of water energy going on. And even though you guys are really good with water energy, try not to be too overindulgent, that 9 of Cups. For others of you, this is just about manifesting, and you've already created the path, and you can't necessarily see down the road because, I mean, there are maybe it's in a forest and there are a whole bunch of trees that are hiding the rest of the path, right? Let's see. Empress. Yeah. When in doubt, pause. When in doubt, take a beat and pause. And here's the thing, you guys, is you really got to be able to see yourself in a light that nobody else sees you in. Because you are that. You, I want to say you are like that, like you are the person, how do I want to put this? Okay. People cannot contain you, basically. People cannot, there's this, you have a certain personality that not everybody's going to understand. And you need to be able to understand your own personality, or your own, who you are. I wouldn't even say personality per se, but just how psychic you are. Like, some people can't deal with that. Some people, they don't understand, right? So when in doubt, when you start to doubt yourself, I want you to take a pause. I want you to take a beat, because that Hanged Man on the Empress is there to remind you of how amazing you actually are. You see? So taking that moment to reflect on what you've learned, and that's why I said, you know, there are things that you had to go through in the last year that are really, really difficult, and you should be able to honor yourself of that. Don't allow yourself to go to the worst possible case scenario just because you don't know what's going to be happening, just because you don't have all of the information, when in fact you actually do have all of the information. You're just second guessing yourself. So you'll take all of that information, you'll second guess it, and then you'll shift your perspective and make it worse. You know? So that 10 of Swords on the Moon doesn't mean all is lost just because you don't know what things are going to look like down the road, just because you don't know how this story ends, because there really isn't an ending. Going to the worst possible case scenario, that 10 of Swords, that'll do you in, you know? Surrender. Surrender to what you know to be true. Surrender to the lessons that you're learning right now, the lessons from your past, the lessons from your present. Don't rush to make something happen or force anything to happen, because that will end up in heartbreak every single time, to force or to rush. The 6 of Cups on the 9 of Wands. You don't have to fight. When it's a soulmate relationship, there's literally no forcing it. You don't have to force anything. You just flow. Yes, do you guys trigger each other? Absolutely. But if it's a soulmate relationship, then you can have the conversation. If it's a real, true, divine connection that you're supposed to be in, surrendering will be easy. Ask me how I know. When you don't have to force it and you can just flow with it, it's going to work out every time. But you have to feel safe, right? Both parties do. There's some kind of lesson that you're learning here. Could be a Capricorn that's teaching you this lesson. Could be a Pisces, a Libra, a Taurus. The 3 of Swords on the Devil. Sometimes we have to go through the lesson to learn it. Sometimes we have to go through that pain to learn it. And, you know, lessons don't have to be hard, but when we make choices and we put ourselves into situations when we're not at our best, if you are putting yourself in situations because you're lonely, if you're putting yourself in situations because you need a distraction, if you're putting yourself in situations because you think that you need to be completed by whatever it is that's going on, it's going to end up creating the blockage, the restriction, because it's not going to live up to the expectations of whatever reason why you have it in your life. And that's the lesson that you have to learn. And lessons aren't easy. If they were, we'd never learn them. We would just keep going on the hamster wheel. So, taking the swords out, stitching it up, creating a sense of magic for yourself instead of rushing. Because when we're rushing, see that Knight of Swords rushing towards those Three of Cups. It's just pure chaos. It's not peaceful. And when we get into relationships based on connections that have lessons involved, it's even more chaotic. So if we were to listen to that red flag in the very beginning, and it's not even about, if you are in a relationship and you want to level it up to the next level, or if you, whatever it is that you're trying to convince yourself of, we'll put it that way. It only means that if you're rushing it, then you're not actually ready to have it in your life. Because there is no rush, right? When it comes to the right thing, when it's supposed to be there. Eight of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, and the Star. And then there you are at the bottom of the deck with the Ten of Cups. Okay. Don't get caught in the illusion of it. Eight of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, and the Star. You're not going to be able to ignore the healing or get rid of the healing. You're not going to be able to do that by distracting yourself. You really need to allow yourself to get on a journey. Don't distract yourself with work. Don't distract yourself with another relationship. Don't distract yourself with the things that you need to do in order to renew your energy. Remember what you've learned during the time that you were forced to spend on your own or by yourself in your own energy. Remember how powerful you felt after the torture. You know what I'm talking about. The Queen of Cups and the Ten of Cups. Try not to get caught in the illusion of things. Try not to get caught in the what if of stuff. Reset your energy. That Ten of Cups can absolutely become a reality. I believe it. I believe that you can have ultimate happiness and love and a family and all of that. I absolutely believe it. And I believe that for you. But remember that as humans, we are limited. We limit ourselves. We're not limited because anybody else limits us. I mean, they try, right? But at the end of the day, it's our choice of whether we're going to limit ourselves or not. So that Ten of Cups that you're thinking about, I guarantee you is so much more than you can even fathom in your mind how amazing that Ten of Cups is going to feel. But if you're not open to the possibility of what that Ten of Cups could be instead of what you want it to look like, then you're limiting your options. You're limiting yourself. So create that pathway, right? By releasing your expectations, by releasing the things that hold you hostage every day, opening yourself up, right? Allowing yourself, Temperance is at the bottom of the deck. Temperance isn't just about patience, you guys. Temperance is about the balance, the heart and the mind. You know? All right. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful March. I hope to see you in that Love Soul workshop. I think that journey is going to be amazing. It's not your typical self-care, how to love yourself workshop. I'm going to teach you guys how to fully embody love for self. It's going to be an amazing experience. I hope you can join me. And my books are open in March for astrology and tarot readings, spiritual counseling sessions, Reiki sessions, anything that you need. You can find all of that on my website, fearlessintuition.net. I love you all so much. Take really good care of yourselves. I'll see you soon. Bye.